So the internet has been going crazy over JJK ending. I'm pretty much unknown, but I did make an hour-long video talking about why I think the manga is terrible. Seeing everyone's reaction to the manga ending is so funny to me. I always had a doomerist approach to this manga's future, and I love seeing my thoughts be materialized. We have people saying that JJK might go the Ava route, which is to abandon the plot and just solely focus on characters. That sounds probable, and I would likely bet on that happening, but the thing is, Hideki Anno, the creator of Ava, received so many threats of violence like homicide, rape, torture, and etc. because of this ending he chose to go. People do not like this form of storytelling. Simply ignoring everything else outside of one section of the story is what turns consumers into wild animals ready to tear anything apart. What happened to the merger, man? People can say whatever they want about how they think that thread can conclude, but the fact is, nothing will happen with this. Narrative setups deserve payoff, a very simple rule of storytelling. What happened to Kenjaku? He's just a random bum that existed to lick cock as a glorified plot device. Yuta and Gojo? One of the most lackluster fights in the series, man. It is still insane how Sukuna was able to tank a hollow purple point blank range. Todo and Angel? The exact same as Miguel and LaRue. Fodder characters used to essentially stall Sukuna because we only care about style. Fuck substance. I'm so happy the manga is ending like this because it confirms all my beliefs related to Gege's world building. He introduced the curse technique being burnt out with a domain way too late in the series and created plot holes because of this. He has Higuruma participate in Shinjuku Showdown just because he contrived it that way. Higuruma's motivations completely change off screen from when he fought Yuji to when he spectated a Gojo fight. Outside of Yuta, who from Jujutsu High has gotten well established character moments for this arc? Maki was delegated to the peanut gallery until she got fodderized. Hikari could have beaten Arume in like 2 to 3 chapters, but fuck no. The Kashimo fight with Hikari was barely 5 fucking chapters, but I guess Gege didn't want to play with it anymore. I don't know how anyone expected the series to be anything special after we saw how the disaster curses were handled. Arbitrarily dismantled by the strongest people to ever exist. This manga was always going to end terribly. I already explained it in my video, but I'll explain it again for the sake of the argument. Sukuna taking over Megami's body is a plot hole. As soon as Sukuna takes over Yuji's body, he knocks out Angel. The thing is, knocking someone out should count as an act of violence, but what makes it weird is that Sukuna then goes to lightly lay her on the ground, because if she dropped, then she would be hurt. Does that make any sense? I knocked the bitch out, but I'll only technically hurt her if I drop her on the ground because I knock her out. Next is Sukuna literally force-feeding Megami literal poison. Unless Gege wants to retcon Sukuna's fingers being poisoned, this would count as an act of violence. These are just logical conclusions that should instantly ruin someone's suspension of disbelief. However, this is not even the worst part. Sukuna tears off his and Yuji's finger in order to do this. Sukuna says that Yuji wasn't talking about himself when he made the binding vow. Now I need you to think about this without bias in your brain and picture this happening in any other story. The reason the binding vow needed to be made was because Sukuna ripped out his heart and literally took Yuji's body hostage. This is explicit dialogue.
Just when I thought they couldn't get any stupider.
This is an either or. Either we think Yuji is so retarded he forgot to include himself when making that binding vow that would heal his ripped out heart, or we think Gege had to contrive a situation for Sukuna to be freed and didn't necessarily think about the implications of such a thing. The logical answer is the latter. Actually, the only answer is the latter. In virtually the same panel Yuji makes the binding vow, he also understands that Sukuna was the one to kill him, meaning the author had to make Yuji retarded and or retcon this entire event in order to fuel the current narrative. I say all this to say that as a result of this completely contrived monstrosity, I think most character stuff concerning Megami Sumiki or Megami Yuji is completely nonsensical and vapid. The functional equivalent would be me listening to a friend tell me a story that is completely made up. Why the fuck would I continue listening? I don't care about the Sumiki stuff because Yorizu is a garbage fucking character that is canon jobber with the most drawing experience ever. I don't care about Megami because Gege contrived a situation to try to make me care about him while ruining the logic of the story. I don't care about Yuji because Sukuna should still be inside his body, and or why should I care about his bitch ass when he is the reason they're fighting this monster? It was his own insolence that caused this, albeit forced by the writer's hand. With that being said, this video was a small discussion around the ending of JJK and how nobody should have expected anything good. We saw the main pusher of the plot scream about how much they love poop just to be instantly beheaded.
Wham! His kappa is detated from his head.
We saw Hikari hyped up since chapter 11 beat a zesty mangaka, a femboy, then gamble all his screen time away. We saw Maki get blessed up by two randoms, never to be seen again, all to beat the bad guy she had no hopes of ever beating. We saw Uro, Ryu, Kashimo, Angel, and Yorizu all obsessed over Sukuna for completely asinine or arbitrary reasons. I personally think the assumption of Gege drawing a flashback to the Han era is a reach spawned on because of the nebulous dialogue around Sukuna. Why the hell did Angel say he is the fallen one? What the fuck does that even mean? Why did Kenjaku say the revival of the Han era if we don't meet more than two fucking people? What is the cursed realm? What is that dream space people see when they die? Is it just design flavor or is it an intentional mechanic in the series? If it's the former, that is extremely underwhelming as we have been seeing this consistently for forever. Kenjaku's entire character, man, what the fuck was that? How the hell did Kenjaku just matter-of-factly stumble upon Sukuna's twin soul? Like genuinely, man, what the hell is this? I know ending stories is hard, but it wouldn't be half as bad if you just don't bullshit your audience. If you would like to explore more of my disheartened disposition on JJK, my video will be in the description if you have the patience. If there are already cracks in the mirror, you are not gonna like what you see.
If I see your name on another top 10 list, I'ma kill somebody. I better not hear your name compared to LeBron again, or I'ma kill somebody.